It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your folk, B-High. Radio shouting, stepping in the building. I got a guy that's just been tearing up the streets on the secular and the gospel side for a minute now. I'm talking about Lecrae. What's good with it, boss?
Man, I'm just trying to make music, man. I'm just trying to be out here and, you know what I mean, do what I've been made to do.
I can definitely dig that. I mean, speaking of making the music, man, let's get straight to it, though.
This
Ty Dolla Sign joint you got, man. Blessings. Talk to me about that thing, man.
Man, I just wanted to, you know, man, for one, I wanted to just, you know, put something out there in the atmosphere with people, you know, going through tough times. Man, it's been a tough 2016.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So just something to make people say, man, let me be grateful for the little things that I got going on, you know, count my blessings, and then too, man, just getting on the track with Ty so people could see, you know, man, that this is my, I got my own lane, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, I'm just, don't put me in a box, let me make music, and that's what it is.
How was it for you, though, man, when you get in there and collab with different artists outside of the regular people that you normally work with, though?
Man, I've been doing it for a while, you know, so I've been, you know, I got records with B.O.B., I got records with Crit, Bun B, Paul Wall, you know what I mean? So, you know, for me, it's just me being myself. It was never a thing for me. I think people from the outside looking in probably like, what's happening? But this is where I'm comfortable, you know what I mean? I'm in my own skin, you know, this is where I come from, so, yeah.
How do the artists relate to you when they get in that studio with you, though, Lecrae?
Man, you know, once they get to know me, it's all love. You know, I think some people be a little bit like, what is he on? But then when they like, oh man, you regular folk. You know what I mean? You good people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, I get up with Penn. We chop it up, we chop it down. You know what I mean? And man, I've been in the city just enjoying myself, man. You know, getting it in. You know, I hang out with everybody from, you know, Killer Mike to Sci-Hi, either just whatever, you know what I mean?
I was just chopping it up with Sci-Hi the other day, man. I mean, tell me what y'all working on over there, man, because I know y'all over there cranking something up now.
A problem, man. People sleep on they not sleep. You know, he just too far ahead. That's what it is, man. He a problem, man. He next level. So yeah, you know, we was in there cutting up. You'll see what happened.
What about Killer Kill from the Ville, though, man?
Man, listen, Mike could just talk on the track. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he was so crucial for us in 2016. Just everything he had to say, and just all the messages, and just, you know, where to put our money in the banks and the whole nine. So, you know what I mean? And he been putting it down on the microphone. He a legend. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just an honor to be in the studio with him.
From church closed to now, man.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you feel like you've grown as an artist.
I think I'm just comfortable in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, for some people, I'm too this, or some people I'm too that, but for me, I'm me. I'm 100% me, and I'm, you know, I think it's a lot of people like me in this world, and I just grown in my skin. You know, I'm not trying to prove nothing no more. I'm not trying to prove, you know, I'm this or I'm that. I'm just being myself, and that's what's happened from church closing now. You know, and you know, I got a lot more haters and a lot more, you know, people who love me too. So it's all good.
How do you deal with your haters, though, man?
Oh man, you know what I mean? I keep a good block button on Instagram and on Twitter. You know, I'll block you real quick. So
exactly. Me too.
I put the Matumbo no you real quick.
You ain't never lied about that.
Yeah.
Now, as an artist, you said you came in and you felt like you was trying to prove something. What was it that you felt like you had to prove?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, you know, the church didn't really rock with me at first, because it was rap. It was like, you know what I'm saying, you got the tattoos, you got, you know, what is you own, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, I'm just trying to prove to y'all initially, like, man, I'm really about this life. But then it was like, then when the church like, okay, we rocking with you, then it's like, you know, the streets is kind of like, man, what is this? Is this what you own? And then, so, you know, it's like, man, I'm just trying to let everybody know. I was trying to let everybody know, man, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me, you know, and then over time, I think people just get comfortable. Like, okay, you. It's like Zaytoven, you know, like Zay serious about his faith and what he represents. But he's still out here. You know what I'm saying? He's still making beast mode with Future, doing tracks with Migos, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of the perspective people seeing now. Like, okay, I get it now, Craig. Like, I see what you on.
Now, one thing I will say, Lecrae, I mean, folks have known about you a long time in this game, too. I don't want to think that you just came in here just on the church, because, I mean, on the secular side, we all knew the name and knew what was going on with it. So how was that for you, growing your fan base and stuff like that?
Man, it's been love. It's been love, you know what I mean? Because, again, you know, it's folks who need that. You know, you need that inspiration. You need that, like, motivation to get up and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my fans, you know, I got a lot of fans who locked up in prison, and you know, I get the letters and I get the responses like, bro, we wouldn't make it without your music. You know what I'm saying? And so, and whether or not, you know, people rock with it or not, I'm still gonna be myself and make the music that I was made to make. And I think real recognize real. That's why Killer Mike, you know, show love and show respect. You know, that's why, you know, folks, you know, that you would consider as real, you know, Scotty ATL, another one of my partners, you know what I'm saying, did records with Scotty too, you know what I mean? Like, they know what I'm on, you know what I'm saying? After you know, Bankroll had passed, you know, Scotty hit me up. He was like, man, I want you to come out here and come talk to some folks, because they need to hear, you know, something to uplift them and something to challenge them. And it's like, they're not going to respect it if it don't come from somebody who's not for real about this, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Being a vessel of positivity and motivation, man, where do you get your inspiration from, though?
I mean, man, sometimes it's from everyday people. You know, sometimes it's like, I'm not too big to sit on that martyr, you know, and just sit around some folk and just, you know, see mothers, you know, struggling, taking care of their kids, people going to work at the airport, you know what I mean, and putting in that work every day. And when I see people working hard and fighting, it inspires me to work hard to help them get through their day. You know what I mean? And so that keeps me on the straight and narrow and up and up.
Talk to me about trying to cross over into the mainstream with the music, man. How has that been for you? I
feel like, you know, it hasn't been a difficult thing now, you know what I mean, because people know what I'm on and they respect it. You know, people see me out if I'm at you know, 255 or something like that, you know, they, what's up, Craig, you know what I mean? Like, they see me out and about, they know, you know, I'm a regular person, and they rooting for me. They like, man, when they gonna start running your music, bro? When they gonna start playing your music? I've been had church clothes 1, 2, 3, you know, Don Cannon, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So they looking forward to it. They waiting for this moment. It's like everybody rooting for you, so that's how it feels.
I mean, working with Don Cannon, man, that's one of my big homies right there. I mean, talk to me about that, because that guy got a lot of knowledge also.
Man, that was a G. That was a G move. Shout out to my man Street Symphony for connecting us. But Don just, you know, he hosted Church Close 1, and it sent it flying off that piff. You know what I'm saying? It was just like it shut the site down for a little while. You know what I mean? But he, man, gave me a lot of game. You know, stamped me early on when I was trying to get it going. Man, we done been out to South by Southwest. Did you know, festivals together, and man, shout out to the big homie Don Cannon.
Getting a lot of hip hop co-signage in the game. How does the church feel about that stuff, man? Man,
you know, the thing people got to realize is, like, man, church folks is regular folk too. They listening to this radio station like everybody else is. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's not like, I mean, there may be some people who high and mighty, but that's not the people that you know, I'm not. Yeah, that's the people I cater to. I cater to regular people, man, who, you know, they're gonna be out late on Saturday night, but they're gonna be up early on Sunday morning. Exactly. You know what I mean? And that's really, you know, man, I got music for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. So everybody ain't got that. You know what I mean? So I got something for every day of the week. Exactly. And I think they with me, man. They ride with me. They know I ain't gonna never compromise and do nothing that's outside of my character. Yeah. You know what I mean? I
mean, how do you walk that fine line though, Lecrae? Because it's real out here in these streets.
It's real out here in the streets.
You got the women, you got these knuckleheads, you got the drugs. I mean, just a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on in the industry on both sides too now.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, part of it is, man, never claim to be perfect. You know, I don't never say I'm perfect. I'm being perfected. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. And it doesn't mean it's not an excuse to be out here, you know, acting crazy. But the way I look at it is, man, you know, I just try to be an example, man, and just lead by example. And, you know, and if I do, you know, drop the ball in any circumstance, I'm gonna admit it, and I'm gonna pick it back up and let people know, you know, when you fail, you get back up again. You keep walking. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, I keep a good circle of people around me, man, who hold me down. Just like if you was a A1 athlete in the streets, the community gonna say, hey man, hey little buddy, you stay out of this. We need you to go to the league. And that's how people treat me. You know, they like, we're gonna keep you up out the nonsense so you can, you know, we need you out here. So
creative process, man. Getting it up with folks like Metro and Zaytoven. I mean, what is that like, man?
Man, the music is sounding really stupid right now. That's one thing. You know, A+ from Eardrummers did the single with single Blessings with Ty Dolla Sign. So man, that's out of here, man. It's just been good because everybody, you know, a lot of people been wanting to get in and wanting to work. You know what I'm saying? You know, Zay pulled up on us and just was like, man, I want to work. You know, Metro gave us a packet. You know what I mean? C-Note gave us a, you know, me and C-Note been trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been good. It's been all love. I think people waiting, man. People excited for this. You know what I'm saying? People excited. They want to be a part of something that's positive. They want to be a part of something that's gonna change stuff. And I think that's what I'm trying to do.
coming into this game knowing that you have to change it, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, really just create a good platform for people to be able to still enjoy some hip hop.
Right.
Without putting a gun to somebody's head the whole doggone time.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that and how you feel about, you know, expressing yourself in that way.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody don't need the extendos. Everybody don't need the Draco. You know what I mean? Like some of us just want to go to take our kids to school.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We want to go out, have a good time. We you know what I'm saying? We want to live a normal, regular, productive life. And you know, I'm just trying to make a soundtrack for that. You know what I mean? And so that ain't everybody's situation. But on the flip side, if that's the life that you live and if that's the environment that you came from, you know, I want to inspire you too. You know what I'm saying? I want, you know, so that's what Goody Mob did for me when I was a kid. They inspired me to be more. They told me get up, get out, and get something.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's kind of bringing that back. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing some of that soul back to you know, to the South and within hip hop and saying, man, we more than just this. We a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying?
When was it that you realized that you needed to go ahead and hop into this music game, and what was it that made you start off with the church clothes, man? Yeah,
for me, you know, I just love music. I love, you know, music. I love rapping. I was producing first, and then I was making a lot of beats, and my partners just couldn't really. They just wasn't good, you know. No shade to them. They just wasn't good. So I was like, man, this is how you need to do it. So you jump on the track, you kind of try to show them, and then they like, man, why don't you do it?
Exactly.
And then that's what ended up happening. I ended up just becoming, you know, the voice on the tracks that I was producing. And then you know, man, just for me, you know, just going through a spiritual transition and saying, man, I can't, you know, make the same moves I was making. I wanted to kind of, you know, change some of the music too, you know what I'm saying, and put some different messages out there. And that's what I used to love about, you know, Tupac. You know, as a kid, Tupac would always give you that inspirational message and push you to be more than what you thought about. And so Cass did that, you know, Goody did that. So for me, growing up as a kid, listening to that inspired me, and I wanted to kind of contribute and put that back into the music.
How do you feel when you see your fans, man, and they let you know that your music helped them to get over that hump?
Oh, man, that's the biggest part of it. Yeah, that's the biggest part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's my piece and chain. That's my Cadillac. That's my rims. You know, that's the real payoff for me is people coming up saying, bro, you changed my life. Like, bro, I had a show recently and I seen a dude in the audience, and he, you know, I did a little Q&A, and he was like, he said, man, the last time I saw you, I was locked down. You came to the prison and you did a show. He said, now I'm out. I'm with my, you know, I married my baby mama, man. My life has changed. And man, I just want to thank you. And that to me is like, man, that go leaps and bounds beyond, man.
But see, what you just said to me struck a chord with me too, because how many artists are doing shows at the prison to motivate folks, man? Because that's what they needed.
You got to, man. That's a captive audience. Them is the people who, man, you know, that been thrown away by society. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, if you really about that life and put your money where your mouth is and show up at the places where, you know, people really rocking with you and who really need your music.
That's right.
And so don't just talk about it, be about it. And so yeah, man, when my last album dropped, the day it dropped, I went to Rikers Island in New York. I went to Cali, some prisons. I went to, you know, prisons around Georgia, Louisiana, you know what I mean? And just for me,
a prison tour.
Yeah.
That's cold.
It was hard though. It was hard.
Exactly.
Because they rocking with you.
Because I'm gonna be real. I mean, I hate to be that guy. I got a partner that's in jail. I send money to all the time. Or that JPay, and he like, B, let me know what the music is so I can download it. I can buy my music. So I mean, that's still a good consuming audience too.
Hey man, listen, I don't know where they get the phones from, but they got the phones that download music, man. Yeah, I'll be on JPay too. You know, it may connect, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know, them is people, man. And if you don't consider them as people, you know, take care of your people. And so I try to, you know, want to take care of my people.
I mean, performing though, man. I mean, what are your favorite songs to perform?
Man, it just depends on where I'm at and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the energy and the momentum that you get excited about. So when I perform, you know, like I've been performing the new song Blessings, you know, here and there, and the energy and momentum has been crazy. But you know, I had a moment. I was at actually I opened up for Meek Mill here in Atlanta a couple years back, and the music shut down. And I had to do it a cappella, and I did the song I got with called Mayday with Big Crit. And man, you could just feel the crowd just like, man, it was like it was a moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like people connected with you. It was like, I don't care how many drinks they had in their system. It was like, man, bro, you talking that real right now, and you saying what I need to hear. And that's what I always been about. So that's what I like doing when I get out there.
When you get the tracks from folks like Metro and Zaytoven, man, do you feel like you got to take the game to another level then, or how? I
feel like, you got to work hard to make it not sound silly. You know what I mean? Because people used to hearing a certain type of message on them type of tracks.
Right.
So you got to fight, and you got to focus to make sure it don't come off dumb. It got to be real, and it got to be authentic. And when people hear it, they're gonna say, okay. You know what I mean? So even with the song Blessings, man, it's like, it's me talking about it ain't nothing just extra. It ain't nothing that everybody can relate to. And it is a little bit more on the spiritual side, but still at the same time, it's like everybody can relate to that. Everybody can relate to, not being able to pay the bills and needing to have to hustle to make it happen. So, that's what it is.
Creative process, man.
Yeah.
When Lecrae gets ready to jam, where are you finding this inspiration? How are you doing it? Are you riding around in the car and just getting it? Or, sitting in the house saying, you know what, that bar just hit me?
Man, create, inspiration, man. Again, man, like it's sometimes where, for me, I'll come in from a show, and instead of having somebody pick me up from the airport, man, I really will. Like, people think I'm joking. I jump on the MARTA and I just ride. I ride, and I'm around everyday people, man, and I'm looking at them. I mean, I ain't staring at nobody. I ain't trying to cause no problem. You know what I'm feeling me? But I'm looking around. I'm looking at people, man. They living real life. What do they need to hear? You know what I'm saying? What they going through? What's their conversations like? Who's sitting there? What's going on right now? You know what I'm saying? And then and that inspires me to get in the lab and say, all right, man, what we gonna do? Let's cook something up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Obstacles, man. What are some of the things that you felt like you had to overcome in this game, Lecrae?
Man, it's a crazy game. So first of all, obviously off top, people didn't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So folks didn't know what to do with me. I don't have people like, well, what is it? Is it rap? Yeah, it's rap. Yeah. What is it? It ain't, ain't no, Mahalia Jackson in the music, bro. It's rap. But the difference is just, I ain't killing nobody on my tracks, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, let me live, let me eat, you know what I mean? So it took a while for folks to just be able to say, okay, let me let them live, let me let them eat, and then for folks to respect it. And then, it's just, people just didn't know what to do with it. So that was the biggest obstacle, I think, off the top. And then, yeah, man, other than that, man, it's been love. The fans show so much love. You know what I'm saying? The fans rocking with me. It's just been some of the politics, that you have to deal with in the industry. And that's why we ran it independent for so long, because of all the politics.
I mean, work in the church move. I mean, how was that rapping in church?
Yeah. So for me, it's always a blessing, and you always want to give back. But at the same time, it's like, man, some people, they just don't get it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I understand, you know what I mean? And for me, I had to, kind of pause and say, listen, I know every song I do ain't for Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? So some stuff y'all gonna have issues with or whatever. So this what I'm gonna start doing is we last time my show in Atlanta, we did at the Tabernacle, we sold it out, and we had people from all walks of life come through there, because now it's a neutral ground. You know what I mean? Now it ain't about this or that. It's not about is it good for the church or whatever. It's just music, you know what I'm saying? And so, I could do love songs, I could do songs about pain, I could do party songs, whatever, but then I can always gonna have a moment where we gonna be real, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, but they've been supportive, you know what I'm saying? It's been supportive, it ain't for everybody, but it's for who need it.
Maneuvering independently for so long, what was that like?
That's been so that's the beauty of it all, has been like, that's when you know who really rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody pushing buttons, ain't nobody making no moves for you. It's either they like it or they don't. And man, for us to have a #1 album, for us to sell, millions of albums, independently, just says, man, fans really rock with you. They really appreciate what you're doing. And so now, man, it's like, it took us a while to figure out who to partner with and who to have a relationship with, but Columbia take care of some of the best artists in the game, and so for us it made sense.
What was going through your mind when you were doing those numbers independently, though, man? Because that's crazy.
Yeah. No, it was really just, again, like I said, fans, man, they rocking, they family. You know, that's why you take care of them. That's why you go to the prisons. That's why you go to the juvenile detention centers. You go to the rehab centers. You go to the, you know, you show up at stuff and you show love to them because they're showing you so much love. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing is you give back to them because they put you in a position to win. You know what I mean? And so that's been the biggest thing for me.
I can definitely. Lastly, what's next for you, Lecrae?
Man, this album coming. You know what I'm saying? This album coming. You know, you done heard the song. You done heard Blessings with Ty Dolla Sign, man. The song's doing work. You know, people appreciating it from all walks of life. You know, you ain't got to be a church mama to love that song. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's working. You know, we got more stuff coming, and just stay tuned, man. This is hands down the best album I ever worked on in my life. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, without a doubt. I know everybody says that about every album that they work on, but I'm telling the God's honest truth.
That's right. That's right.
So this is hands down the best album I worked on, man, and I'm excited for people to get their hands on it.
Bet. Well, I see you when you drop that album.
Indeed,
again, my dog.
Indeed.
Wish you nothing but the best and much
Appreciate
success.
it,
Be Hot Radio Shout. It's Hot 107.9, man. Let's go.